Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows I, of course, am Diego. And let's continue talking about this fucking piece of shit and just like crap. Of course, it's a piece of shit. What else would it be? What else would it be? There's nothing fucking, there's nothing good about this thing. Okay, the only reason I'm reviewing this is because I promised you I would. Okay, I was a big fan of Sex and the City. Okay, I was there when it first came out. I watched every fucking episode, okay? And I used to talk about it to girlfriends that I knew, okay? To girls that I worked with, girls I went to school with, you know? We used to talk about Sex and the City. I was the only straight guy that I knew that was actually watching the show. Okay, I was there from day one, okay? So I know the show. I know the characters. I know what the show is about, okay? And I actually enjoyed Sex and the City. I enjoyed Sex and the City. And just like crap, I have not enjoyed, which really sucks because I was really looking forward to it. When they announced a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, they announced they were making a show. They were bringing back the Sex and the City women, you know. I was like, okay, well, let's see what the next phase of their life is like. How did they all end up, you know? And so far, what I've seen is fucking dog shit. It's fucking dog shit, okay? I don't even like these characters now. I don't even like these women now. And it's not just the women, it's the men, too. What the fuck? There are no men on this show. There are no men on this show. Whatever men they used to have are not men anymore. Okay, Harry, what the fuck is that? He's just some fucking pussy who fucking lets his wife fucking walk all over him, who fucking is passive and lets his wife fucking dominate that household, despite the fact that he's the one that works and he's the one that fucking, you know, pays for everything in that house. Okay, he's the fucking bank, basically the ATM for everybody there, and yet they don't treat him with respect. No, everyone just walks all over him. No one gives a shit about him or his feelings, you know, and he not even himself. He doesn't even care, you know. He just cares about reminding you how Jewish he is. That's all he fucking cares about. You know? He doesn't care about being a father or raising his kids or setting boundaries, you know, or being a fucking husband. No, his wife does all that shit. His wife fucking does all that, which means she doesn't do shit. Because Charlotte, despite the fact that she's fucking, you know, 56 years old now, she's still a fucking airhead. Okay? Now, she could have gotten away with it back in her early 30s, okay? Back when I thought she was pretty and hot, you know? But yeah, she's lost the prettiness factor. What she's done to her face is fucking disgusting, okay? It just shows her insecurity, okay? All the fucking Botox. I mean, she fucking looks like Madonna now. What the fuck, man? And she was the prettiest one out of the four, I thought. Okay, and now that fucking that giggly, bubbly, airhead, you know, 13-year-old girl personality that she had was sexy when she was like 35. Well, it's pathetic when she's like fucking 57. Okay, it's pathetic now. It really is. Okay, no, it's just it's bad. She has not grown up. Okay, she has not grown up, and that's sad. It's fucking sad. Okay, she can't even fucking control her kids. Her kids tell her what to do. What the fuck is that shit? What kind of message is that? Okay. Yeah, the show has just fucking gone downhill. We got this couple here, Lisa and her husband Herbert. Okay, this black couple. They're rich. You know, they also have a fucking multi-million-dollar apartment in downtown Manhattan. Okay, and of course, despite the fact that she's pretty, but she doesn't work. Okay, she basically fucking emasculates her husband, tells him off. You know, he's got to beg her for sex. He's got to beg her just to eat her out. That's the kind of marriage they have. He's more feminine than she is. Okay, he wears his fucking pink suits and shit. He knows how to braid his daughter's hair better than she does. Okay? And now that his mom is here to visit, you know, he's fucking bending over backward to make his mom happy. You know? Like, that's what he really cares about is what his mom thinks about him. Okay? He's like, what, 40-something fucking years old? And he's concerned with what his mom thinks about him? You know? And making sure he puts on a good show for his mom? Like, what the fuck, man? And then who else we got here? We got fucking, do we even count Shay? Shay's not a fucking man. Shay's a fucking land whale. A land whale with a fucking vagina, okay? She's basically fucking Ralph Cramden. She needs to be fucking driving a bus in New York and married to Alice, okay? With Norton coming by every once in a while. That's what she needs to fucking do, okay? Because that's what she looks like. Instead, we got this fucking land whale, okay? Who's fucking busting the fucking cement with every fucking footstep she takes. And I'm supposed to buy into this fact that she's supposed to be this sexy fucking lesbo bitch that fucking Miranda fell in love with? Are you out of your fucking mind? Okay, Shay's about as good looking as my asshole. Okay? And then Shay, by the way, that fucking New Kids on the Block, that Jordan Knight New Kids on the Block, okay? 1989 wants that back. Okay, that look of yours, yeah, 1989 wants that back. All right? God damn, I wore better in 1989 than you ever will, you fucking goddamn disgusting land whale. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically what the show's about, you know? I mean, Anthony pops in, and I love Anthony, okay? You know, because he says what he thinks, You know, he means what he says and he says what he means, you know, which is good. We need a character like that on the show. But why does it have to be the gay guy? You know, why does it have to be the gay guy? Okay, because like I already told you before, there is an oppression Olympics on this show. Okay, it's called woke culture. Okay, the oppression Olympics. There's, you know, the higher you are in the hierarchy, that means that you can talk shit to everybody below you. Okay, but if you're not that high, you cannot talk shit up. You can only talk shit down. Okay, so Anthony's up there. Okay, the absolute lowest of the low, okay, is the straight white man. Okay, the straight white man is fucking below the basement. He's fucking way the fuck down there. That means that any and everyone can talk shit to him. Okay, and he can't do a goddamn fucking thing about it. Okay, because he deserves to be where he is. You see what I mean? You know, exactly. Okay, but then you got, you know, other thing. Okay, you can have a black guy can talk shit to him. Okay, but a black woman can talk shit to the black guy, and he can't talk shit back, or else that's sexist. You see what I mean? Okay, now you got an old black woman. She can talk shit to the young black woman, but the young black woman can't talk shit to her, because if she does, she's ageist. You see what I mean? You see, so that's the oppression Olympics here. Okay. Anthony is up there because he's gay, okay? But what's working against him is that he's white, okay? So that means that anyone of color can talk shit to him, okay? So the only people that he can really talk shit to are straight white guys. You see what I mean? So it's all fucked up, okay? And he can talk shit, I guess, to straight black guys too, because he's gay. So gay outranks fucking black. Okay. Now the Mexicans, no one gives a shit about us. We don't even count. Neither do the Asians. Okay. But you know, but that's how it's rated here. Okay. So everybody on the show needs to know where they are on that hierarchy. Okay. And even if they're down there, okay, and they will get absolutely no fucking respect from anybody like Steve. Okay. Okay. It doesn't fucking matter. They still need to try to fucking to cleanse the whiteness off of them. They need to try, at least try to do better. Even though no matter how better they do, they'll never, ever change their station in the hierarchy. Okay? That's how it works. That's how this show fucking works. Okay? That's exactly how this fucking show works. Okay, all right. So now you understand the rules. Okay, let's move along. All right, I'm Diego. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. Okay, if you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out of here right now. I am not going to censor myself. Okay? What we need here is the truth. Okay? And the way I talk, I'm sorry, I was in the fucking Marines. All right? So I'm going to tell you the honest to God fucking truth, straight up, baby, with no lube. No lube here. The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Let me tell you something. I've had to deal with a lot of truth this past week watching this fucking shit, dude. I swear to God, I don't even know if my fucking dick is ever going to work again. After the first, don't make me repeat it. But after the first, like, 30 seconds of season 2, episode 1, I don't think my dick will ever work again. And now I think I'm coming down with a case of fucking diarrhea. Why? Because of some scenes, which I'm not going to talk about, from this episode. Episode 2 of season 2. Yeah, this episode. If you think about it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All right? Yeah. So if I have to fucking leave and go fucking go shit out my fucking large intestine, you'll know why now, okay? You'll know why. All right, so let's move right along. Where did we leave off last time? Well, last time, we had a guy, a straight guy, okay, who was completely emasculated and feminized, degraded, berated, humiliated, by whatever fucking strong, independent, tough woman just happened to be standing right next to him at that moment. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's every fucking scene. Sorry. I get them all confused. They all seem to fucking, blend into each other after a while. Sorry about that. No. The last scene was a straight black guy trying to get a taxi because all the taxi drivers in a super rich fucking neighborhood in Manhattan, and despite the fact that a fucker looks like Don Lemon wearing a fucking $5,000 suit, okay, none of the taxi drivers would pull over and open the door for him. Why? Because they're all white and they're all racist. That's why, okay? But because Herbert did get upset, his mom, who happens to be in town, she's a strong, tough, opinionated black woman, okay? But she's old, So she's got even more points. Okay, she's there with her sorority sisters in New York. They're in town for some fucking sorority convention, and she noticed her son, okay, slamming his hand on the taxi, okay, and yelling at the taxi driver for not giving him a ride. And she fucking, one of her friends noticed that too. Is that your son, Herbert, over there? And she said, no, that's not my son. My son would never act that way. And she fucking smuggled them out of there so they wouldn't see anymore, okay? So she's embarrassed and she disowned her son. Unfortunately for Herbert, he looked around and he noticed that his mom saw him and was shooing her girlfriends away. Okay, so now he knows that his mom caught him, okay, being mean to a fucking taxi driver, a white racist taxi driver, okay, despite the fact that he fucking looks like Don Lemon, okay, a fatter Don Lemon, okay? Yeah, very realistic, right? Okay. All right, so anyway, the next scene we have here is it's Thursday night with Franklin, okay? Now, as you know, Carrie has a podcast, okay, called Sex in the City. She inherited that podcast after Shay, okay, the fucking land whale herself, fell in love with Miranda, and they moved to fucking LA to go film her pilot show, okay? So now the podcast, they don't have anything to do, so the producer there, fucking Franklin, this super fucking good-looking fucking Latino who acts white guy, okay, this fucking male model who's trying to become an actor. Oh, no, sorry. This Latino fucking a podcast producer. Okay, he's a podcast producer. Sorry. Okay, who's a good 15 years younger than Carrie. Okay, 15, 16, 17 years younger than Carrie. Okay, he's producing her show now. Okay, Sex in the City. Okay, and Carrie has a problem with doing a vaginal product ad, an ad for a vaginal product on the air. She doesn't want to say the word suppository. That word is beneath her. Now, she doesn't have to work. She's a multimillionaire. She earned her money the old-fashioned way. She married it. Okay, then she killed her husband. Okay, she killed big. Okay, that's how she got all her fucking multi-millions of dollars. She don't have to work. She's just doing this because she's bored. Unfortunately for her, the other people in the podcast studio, like the station manager Chloe, her boy toy Franklin, who she fucks every Thursday night, okay, and all the other people that work at this fucking podcast station, they have to work there because if they don't work there, they're not going to get paid. And if they don't get paid, they're not going to be able to afford to live in New York anymore or buy groceries or all the essentials that you fucking need to have a job in order to do, okay? Carrie does not fall into that category. She's just fucking super rich because she fucking killed her husband. All right. So, but now it's Thursday night, okay, so the podcast is over, okay, so she's in bed with Franklin, okay, and he, of course, when he's in bed with Carrie, does he have sex with her? No, not really. He just watches his cooking shows on his fucking laptop, okay, because he's heterosexual, and that's what we all do, okay, and that's what he's doing right now, okay, he's on his laptop, okay, he's wearing his glasses, because it turns out he's got bad vision. Well, of course, I could have told you that. He's fucking 56-year-old Carrie. Of course he's got bad vision, all right, okay, and, okay, okay. He's wearing, okay. He tells her that Chloe, the crippled, pregnant station manager, that talks like a fucking sailor. She also says fucking shit and goddamn it, okay, to everybody that works for her, okay. And she's crippled and she's pregnant, okay. She told them that they have to do that ad. Carrie says she doesn't want to do it, but they have to do it. It's not an option. It's not a fucking choice. She has to do that ad for some sort of fucking vagina product, okay. Some vagina monologue. Get it? All right. Okay. So, he's spitballing on how to do the ad, but because he does not have a vagina, okay, he's not really sure how he should talk about it. Okay. Well, are you sure about that, Lincoln? Are you sure you don't have a vagina? Okay, because you're really starting to fool me here. Okay, the way that you act. Okay, you might just be a trans. You might just be a trans man stuck in a fucking in a male body. You know what I mean? You know, I think I'm going to start calling you what I call the other guys on the show, a fucking strap-on. A strap-on. You know why? Because just like all strap-ons, there's a fucking pussy underneath. All right? And I think that's what fucking Frank, that's what all the guys on the show are. Honestly, that's what they all are. Okay? He doesn't feel comfortable talking about vagina either, just like Carrie. Carrie has a vagina. So, yeah, so they're both like at a deadlock here. All right? So that's going on, okay, and Franklin says, like, you know, call it a vajayjay. You know, Carrie's like, okay, we're not a rerun from the 1990s, Franklin, okay, are you sure? You're most definitely not a rerun of Sex and the City. That's fucking for sure, Carrie. You're not a fucking rerun of Sex and the City. Okay? You're a rerun of fucking nothing, dude. You're a rerun of fucking CNN and Twitter before fucking Elon Musk bought it. Okay? That's what this fucking show is. Okay? Nobody is fucking caught up to 2023. They still think it's 2013. Jesus fucking Christ. My God. Anyway. Okay, so like, yeah, but I can't believe they actually said that. They went meta. They said, we're not a rerun of the 90s. No fucking shit, you're not. I'll take the 90s shit over this. The fuck? I actually liked Sex and the City. I actually liked that show. Anyway, okay. Franklin says, like, well, how about, we get like a Cardi B or a Megan Thee Stallion? Like, what the fuck, you know? Here's dry to a wet ass pussy, you know? Let's try wet ass pussy. Yeah. And Carrie's like, I don't speak like that. So why don't we just make this whole session here, let's just call it the end. In other words, shut the fuck up. And honestly, I gotta tell you, Franklin is not, he's a fucking boy toy. He's a fucking Ken doll, okay? But an over-the-hill Ken doll, okay? This guy would have been fucking Smith Jared like 20 years ago, okay? But he's too old now, okay? He's got gray in his beard, he's got gray hair, okay? He can't be fucking schlinging his schlong anymore, okay? He can't be peddling pud, okay? He's actually got to get a real fucking job now, okay? So, you know, he doesn't really come across as anything. He's like fucking white bread, okay? There's nothing there. All the nutrients have been bleached out of it. Okay, that's what he comes across. I know he's Latino, but I mean, he doesn't look Latino. I'm Latino. Okay, but there's nothing special about him. Nothing charismatic about him. He's a good-looking guy, and he's nice, and that's it. There's nothing else to him. Okay, now last season, what do you call it? Carrie was on a fucking blind date with some fucking college mathematics professor who was about as fucking sexy as fucking sliced bread. Okay, he was he lost his wife just like Carrie lost her husband. Only he didn't murder his wife. Okay, she died of cancer. Okay, and he was awkward around women. He was awkward around Carrie. He actually asked her permission. Okay, they went on a date. They both threw up on each other. No, that actually fucking happened last season. Okay. Okay, but the problem with him, besides the fact that he was like 56 years old and had no self-confidence, besides that, was that there was nothing special about him. There was nothing intriguing. There was no mystery to him. There was nothing charismatic about him. He just seemed like a fucking like a worthless limp dick motherfucker, like all the guys on the show are. Okay, that's what he seemed to me like. Okay, so instead of her hooking up with him, even though they went on multiple dates. She ended up hooking up with Franklin in the very last episode of last season. Who saw that coming? None of us even noticed Franklin last season, okay, until the very last episode. Even though he'd already been introduced 6 episodes earlier, he was just a guy in the background that didn't say shit. We did not notice him until the last episode of the first season, okay? And now he's the love interest for Carrie, and he's just as bad as the other motherfucker. Okay, there's nothing special about him. There's nothing exciting about him. There's nothing that you remember. Okay, you will remember the guys that Carrie dated or that the other girls dated. We remember their personalities, don't we? I mean, who can remember who can forget Skipper? Okay, the fucking that goddamn mangina over there. Okay, that soy boy. Okay, who was a nerdy and fucking respected women so much and shit. Yeah, and he fell in love with Miranda. What the fuck? Who can forget him? Well, everybody forgot him because they wrote him off the show after the second season. Okay, but we remember some of the guys. Remember McDougal, Charlotte's husband? They couldn't get it up. Mr. fucking Limp Dick, fucking soy boy, that was married to Charlotte, okay, who was bossed around by his mom. Oh my God, where have we seen that before? Okay, we remember him though, don't we? Okay, remember, what's his name? Richard Good. Remember him? Get it? Dick Good? Get it? Remember him? Samantha's boyfriend, the hotel executive. I mean, he's supposed to be the male version of Samantha. No, he's not. Okay, no, he's not. He's not. All right, but remember him. Okay, remember how Samantha talked about how he had the most perfect dick she'd ever seen in her life, and how she was falling in love with him. Oh, remember that? And then we actually saw his dick in an episode, and it was about it. And it turns out he's actually hung like an elevator button. Okay, well, yeah, no, I don't look for that. Okay, but they showed it, so what the fuck? I got to comment on it. Okay. But the point is, we remember Steve. We remember Steve, right? We remember Aiden, right? We remember Big, right? Because they had personalities. There's things about them that we remember, okay, that were exceptional or not usual. You see what I mean? Remember Jack Berger. Okay, now you all fucking hate him because he fucking broke up with Carrie with a Post-it note. Okay, but damn it, I understood that guy. I knew why he was the way that he was. He was basically a male version of Carrie. Okay, it's basically what he was, all right? So, like, we remember these characters. Okay? Who the fuck is going to remember this fucker? Franklin. Nobody. There's nothing exceptional about him. There's nothing special about him. He's just there. What the fuck, man? Yeah. And that's on purpose. They don't want the men on the show to be exceptional. They want the focus to be on the ladies. The ladies are or the fucking LGBTQs. Okay, those fuckers, okay, they're the exceptional ones. They're the special ones. They're the ones that fucking you need to root for, not the fucking guys, not the straight fucking guys. Okay, see what I mean? That's the point of the show. All right, anyway, so moving right along, okay. At dessert, Harry's having dessert there in his house, okay, candlelit dessert. With his wife, okay, and with Anthony. Of course, I guess Anthony's part of the family, so he's there too, okay? And Harry feels ignored by Charlotte and Anthony, okay? Anthony's trying to find a fuck buddy online on one of his gay dating apps, and Charlotte is on her laptop. She's trying to contact Real Steals, okay, the corporate office to file a complaint for buying Lily's clothes that Lily sold them, okay? Oh, they took advantage of my little girl. They came into our home. You see what I mean? Okay, it's basically she wants the Chanel dress that she bought Lily, her daughter, okay? That she probably doesn't fit her anymore. She wants it back and she feels that the real deal, they come to your house and they buy your shit and give you cash for it. She used that money to buy a fucking electric keyboard that her parents told her not to buy. They were not going to buy it for her, so she just bought it herself by selling the clothes, the designer clothes that fucking Charlotte bought, but Harry paid for, okay? And of course, all this happened without her parents, without Lily's parents knowing about it, because they're piece of shit parents. That's why. They're not really parents. Okay, they're just fucking older roommates. Okay, anyway, so Anthony says, like, just buy back the dress. What's the problem? Just buy back the dress. You got the money. And Charlotte's like, no. Then they win. They will return it with an apology note. So this is the hill that fucking Charlotte wants to die on. Okay, this is the hill she wants to die on. Getting the fucking Chanel dress back that she bought for Lily years ago for her first piano recital. That's what she's obsessed with. Not talking to her husband. Not getting involved in her kids' lives. You know, not getting her trans fucking daughter Rock some fucking psychotherapy for why the fuck she's acting this way. You know, no. What matters is that she gets the fucking Chanel dress back. All right. Meanwhile, Lily performs for her parents, okay? Apparently, Rock shows up and tells them that that Lily has composed a song on her electric keyboard that she bought herself with the fucking money that she got for selling her clothes. Okay, she wants to perform a little recital for her parents, and because Anthony's there, you know, for him too, okay? And Rock makes it a point to know that because she is Lily's sister, she is also forced to attend this recital, okay? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so what does Lily sing about? Well, remember, she's a prodigy. Remember, she considers herself Mozart. She's a child prodigy. The reason she bought this electric keyboard is because she has so much fucking talent, okay, that she needs the correct musical instruments in order to fulfill her potential, her incredible potential that she has as a musical prodigy. Okay, so her 15-year-old ass is there playing some fucking humdrum song that is all about the power of the evils of white privilege. That is what her song is about. The evils of white privilege. And her parents, and her sister, who are all white, and Anthony, the gay best friend, Uncle Anthony, who are all white, who adopted her, who saved her from a life of poverty in fucking Asia. And she's going to sing about white privilege. Yeah. How's that for fucking, yeah, how's that for gratitude, huh? Do they even know what the word gratitude means in that household? Probably don't. All right. And Anthony makes a little joke. Oh, so who the hell she thinks she is? Lily Eilish? Get it? Lily Eilish? Now, for those of you fucking older people like my age, who the fuck is Billie Eilish, okay? She's just this fucking retard, okay? This girl who, her whole thing is that I am anti-fucking the patriarchal beauty standards. You know, in other words, she wears no fucking makeup. She looks like fucking shit. She's got green hair. She wears baggy clothes. She's covered in fucking tattoos and piercings. Okay, she always has this melancholy look. Like that, okay? And she sings about fucking bullshit. Who the fuck knows, okay? But all the fucking unattractive girls that don't want to be attractive, but they want to be fucking special, they listen to her music, okay? Yeah. That's who Billie Eilish is, okay? She's one of the fucking kids today, you know? Hey, listen, I lived through fucking New Kids on the Block, okay? I lived through fucking, through Backdoor Boys. I lived through NSYNC, okay? And the fucking Bonus Brothers, okay? Billie Eilish will pass, too, okay? Like a fucking kidney stone, but she'll pass. All right. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, Herbert, Mr. Mangina himself, who's married to Lisa Todd Wexley, okay? Herbert, the black guy, the rich millionaire black guy that cannot get a taxi cab in downtown Manhattan, okay? Yeah, he gets yelled at by his mom. His mom comes in the room uninvited, okay? Because that's what, you know, 70-year-old women do when they're guests in their fucking son's fucking penthouse, multi-million-dollar penthouse apartment. Okay, they just barge into his fucking bedroom while he's in bed. Okay, without fucking knocking, without asking permission, without even asking if, hey, can I talk to you, son? No, she just barges in there like she's the one that fucking owns the place, and she's not a fucking guest there. Okay, and she goes in there, and of course, you know, Herbert being a fucking pussy that he is, you know, he's like, oh, mom, are you okay? Can I make you some tea? Whatever I can, make you happy. I just want to make you happy, mom. You know, that kind of shit, of course. Okay, and he's that way with fucking with Lisa too. Only Lisa's got to beg her for sex. Okay, sure enough, he is a mama's boy. Okay, and she points out that she was embarrassed, and it's a good thing that her friend had cataracts so that she couldn't make out Herbert. Okay, if the cataracts hadn't been there, okay, she would have recognized the man slamming his hand on the taxi cab as fucking Emily's son, Herbert. Okay, that's the only thing that saved him, was that her friend had cataracts and couldn't identify him. Okay, she says that she was embarrassed. Well, no shit, she fucking disowned her son in front of her friends there. She said, that's not my son. No, that's not him. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, and she said that he looked like a deranged squeegee man demanding a tip. Okay, now she's a strong, empowered, fucking third-wave feminist, but she's from the 1960s, from that era. Okay, so she's used to talking down to men and talking down anybody, including her own son. And she talks shit to the fucking younger generation of black women too. Like she treats her fucking daughter-in-law like complete shit. And I don't really feel sorry for her because her daughter-in-law is a fucking bitch too. She's just a younger version of her. Okay? So what the fuck? They both fucking take turns berating fucking Herbert. So it doesn't fucking matter, you know? You know, so she's like, you know, we never surrender our dignity. Your grandfather faced the brickbats of Selma without even loosening his tie. Well, obviously, he wasn't fucking Toussaint. And he didn't like chocolate. Yeah, she wasn't Toussaint. She says, Wexley's win by winning. Look, you know, that makes no fucking sense. So you lose by losing? Well, that makes no fucking sense. Anyway, it's just another fucking reason to get her in here to fucking berate Herbert. Why? Yes, he's a black guy, but these are black people doing it to him. Okay, they're not gonna let white people do this to him. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, it's okay, and it's a woman berating him. Okay, like I said, the hierarchy. Okay, they're both black, but this is a woman, so she outranks him. She's higher up there, so she can talk shit to him. Okay, like his wife also outranks him, but she's a little bit lower because she's younger. But she can also talk shit to him. He cannot talk shit to his wife. He sure as fuck can't talk shit to his mom. Even though he's a fucking grown man and this is his own fucking house. Yeah. Like I said, the rules of the show, okay? Yeah, so she berates him, tells him that, you know, that, hey, your grandpa fought for civil rights in 1965, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know about Selma, there was a movie about it a couple of years ago. Basically, it was a protest. This was to end the Jim Crow laws, okay, the Equal Rights Act, okay, to end segregation, okay. It passed in 1964, but in 1965, some states like Alabama, they had a problem with it, okay, and the state police were all pretty much run by the racist governor there. So a bunch of black demonstrators, okay, they marched from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, the first day they did it, a lot of them were beaten down by the local cops. The second day they did it, okay, Martin Luther King was there, but he stood down because he knew there was going to be violence. The third day, however, Lyndon B. Johnson sent the fucking the FBI and the U.S. Marshals to protect the protesters, so they did not get their ass kicked like they did the first 2 days. Okay, and one person even got killed. Okay, so that's what Selma was. Okay, so apparently Herbert's grandfather was there. He got beat by the bricks on the first day. The first day is when they were beating the people. Okay, the third day is when they marched into fucking Montgomery with the FBI protecting them and the U.S. Marshals. Okay, so just so you know, all right, that's what it was. Okay, that was a different time. That was Jim Crow laws. That was a totally different time. Okay, but we're nowhere near that time anymore. Okay. So that's going on here. But she does take this opportunity to say something to her daughter-in-law. She looks at her. Now, she was coming out of the shower, and when she heard Emily berating her son, her husband, and so she just sat there and watched the whole interaction, watched her husband get fucking emasculated by his mother, and she did absolutely nothing to defend her fucking husband, okay? And then after she watched that show, okay, then Emily looks at her daughter-in-law. Okay, now she's got a fucking she got a wrap around her head, a head wrap on, a head scarf on, I guess, because she came out of the shower or some shit, or some sort of a towel around her head or something like that. She got a head wrap on because she was coming out of the bathroom, and she looks at her daughter and says, like, "Didn't the Emancipation Proclamation free us from head wraps?" And then she walks out of there. Okay, so she basically disrespected her daughter-in-law in her son's fucking house. Now, did her son stick up for his wife? Fuck no, he did not. He did not stick up for his wife. Okay, that's the kind of man that he is. He's not even a fucking man. That's what they're telling you husbands are supposed to be like on this fucking show. Let me tell you something. If it'd been the other way around, okay, Mom, I appreciate your opinion, okay? And thank you. I know how hard you had it, but times are different now, okay? I lost my temper. I'm sorry you had to see it, okay? But I was upset because this racist this racist taxi driver would not open the door for me, okay? And I needed to get my daughter and her friend over to this place, okay? I'm sorry you had to see that, okay? But I didn't do it on purpose for your benefit, okay? So please, Mom, okay? I'm a grown man now. You don't have to tell me what to do. Okay, thank you, though, all right? That's what I would have said, okay? And I love you, Mom. That's what I would have said, okay? And if my mom had talked shit to my wife, I'd say, "Hey, mom, that's my wife. Don't talk to her that way, okay? Please, don't talk to her that way." That's what I would have said. I would not even let her finish her sentence. Okay, that's what I would have done. Okay, but no, because there's no men on this show. All right. Now what happens now? Now that the mom left the room, Lisa decides that this is her opportunity to fucking berate and emasculate her husband. Now it's her turn to berate and emasculate her husband. Okay? She says, "Your mother's right. You are a piece of shit. If you go off, then they win. If you lose your temper in front of white people, they win. You pound on the wrong car someday, and they will take you away. And your mother will find a way to blame me for it. Because you fucking can't do anything right." Yeah, pretty much that's how it went down. Yeah. You want to know why so many guys today are not getting married? That's why. Now, I'm not saying it's because guys act like Herbert. No, most guys do not act like Herbert. Sorry, ladies. Those of you who have been diddling your daddle thinking that all men act this way. No, most of us do not act this way. I sure as fuck don't. And none of my guy friends do either. That doesn't mean we do not respect our mothers and we don't respect our wives. Of course we do. Okay, we probably respect them more than anyone else. Okay, but just because we respect someone does not give them the right to fucking treat you like shit. Respect goes both ways. Okay? Anyway. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of And Just Like Crap. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll